This is the brief on Chen's perilous escape. Okay, so we're diving into a really intense moment from the Great Ruler series. Picture this. Chen and his buddies are stuck in this super dangerous death forest, right? It's crawling with these monstrous things called spirit beasts. And betrayal is definitely in the air. So, what actually happened? First off, it was just a crazy fight for survival from the get-go. They step into this forest, and it's thick with this nasty energy called death aura. Almost immediately, they're swarmed by these powerful creatures, the spirit beasts. And we're talking hundreds of them, including like 6, then 8 really tough grade 7 Zizun level ones. That's a seriously high power level. Tough odds, you know? Second, just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, Betrayal. Some rival groups, the Golden Lion Clan and Sky Wolf Clan, they show up. And get this, they have this magical gray light curtain thing that masks them with death aura, basically fooling the spirit beasts, which are blind, by the way. Super sneaky. They then basically herd another massive wave of these monsters right towards Chen's team. Their goal? Trap them, take them out. Finally, though, Chen pulls off something brilliant to get them out. I mean, things looked really bad, but he quickly figures out that the beasts track both life energy and this death aura. So, boom, he whips up this coffin array. It's a clever formation that wraps his group in concentrated death aura. Pretty smart, right? It essentially made them invisible to the monster horde coming at them, letting them just slip right through while their rivals were left totally baffled. So yeah, Chen's quick thinking and understanding of his enemies really turned what looked like certain defeat into a strategic win against both monsters and deceitful rivals. This is the brief on Chen's strategic array combat. Okay, so this all comes from the Great Ruler saga, specifically a super dangerous spot called the Myriad Beast Graveyard. Chen's crew is seriously outnumbered here, facing some crazy odds. So first off, Chen and his group, including Hua-san, they cleverly use this defensive array, right, to dodge this massive death tide of spirit beasts. But no break for them. They immediately run into way more enemies, led by this guy Jing Li from the Golden Lion and Skywolf clans. Really shows you gotta think ahead, even when just trying to survive. Second, and this is pretty cool, Chen pulls out his ace card. Turns out he's a Lingjin Grandmaster basically, a top-tier array master. And guess what? He'd already set up this wicked heaven-tier array called the God Incinerating Array. He totally tricks 5 really strong dudes, described as grade 7 sovereign experts, right, into this trap. Then zap, the array's incinerating godlight takes out 3 of them, just like that. Talk about being prepared, huh? Finally, just when you think Chen's got this locked down, bam! Some mysterious, unseen force jumps in. It hits the array exactly where it hurts, disrupting the God Incinerating Array so the last 2 bad guys can actually escape. Seriously, what was that? It just hammers home that the danger keeps ramping up, you know? Even big wins might not stick around for long. So yeah, this whole intense scene really highlights Chen's incredible skill with arrays and his smart tactics in a world that just keeps getting more dangerous.
This is the brief on the Great Ruler, episode 383. Okay, so this episode, it throws us right into a massive showdown, you know? A hidden master gets revealed and things just escalate like crazy. Let's break down what makes this one so intense. First off, we get this unexpected challenge, right? Chen, who's a level 6 Zizun cultivator that's like a measure of spiritual power, he steps up to Jing King Tian. Now this guy, Jing King Tian, he's a top-tier level 7 Zizun from the super powerful Golden Lion clan. Think immense power, cool transformations. And Chen? He uses this really clever spirit array, like a magic formation, to basically force Jing King Tian out into the open. This guy was apparently trying to get even stronger, level up again. Second, Chen just flips expectations. Even though he's technically a lower Zizun level, his physical strength, it's off the charts, thanks to his Dragon Phoenix body technique. Seriously, enhances his abilities. It actually rivals, maybe even beats, Jing King Tian's. Plus, his control over spiritual energy is amazing. He whips up this golden dragon phoenix shield that just tanks Jing King Tian's attacks. You can bet his opponent was totally shocked by that. And finally, things really heat up. Both fighters go all out, unleashing their ultimate forms. Jing King Tian, he transforms into this golden lion demonic god body that's his awakened bloodline kicking in, huge power boost. But Mu Chen, he fires back, activating his own golden divine body. Think massive, sun-crowned form. Yeah, they're set for the final clash. So yeah, this episode is all about that clash, where raw power meets some serious, unexpected skill, pushing both guys to their absolute edge. This is the brief on the Great Ruler, episode 384. All right, so this episode dives right into a huge battle from the YouTube series The Great Ruler. We've got Mu Chen facing Jing Tian for this really powerful artifact, the ancient Bodhi demonic treasure. First, the sheer power in this clash was incredible. You know, Jing Tian unleashes his nine-headed golden lion form and his clan's top martial art, a Shen Shu, think max-level technique. Mu Chen counters by powering up his sun deity body, like a spiritual energy form, activating 7 suns to wield a massive energy staff. Their big attacks hit simultaneously, actually warping space and damaging both, showing they were surprisingly matched. Second, Mu Chen really showed off his smarts and growth here. Even though he's a 6-stage Z-Sun that's a power tier, facing a stronger opponent, he manages to unlock his 7th sun, thanks to his Dragon Phoenix body, another power source he has. Then, the clever bit. He fakes a suicidal demon life-sacrificing fist attack. Jing Chen gets spooked by the potential cost and actually retreats. Finally, Mu Chen wins through pure cunning. After the retreat, he reveals the life-sacrificing move just a bluff. He totally exploited Jing Tian's broken spirit and fear, landing a decisive punch right to the chest. Jing Tian's badly hurt, and Mu Chen clinches the win and the treasure. Ultimately, Mu Chen proved that strategy and exploiting fear can definitely overcome raw strength. This is the brief on the Great Ruler. All right, so the Great Ruler. It's this awesome fantasy world, right, where everyone's trying to get super powerful, chasing strength, finding amazing treasures. And buckle up, because this time we've got a huge battle outcome and a legendary discovery that really changes things up for our main guy, Mu Chen. First off, Mu Chen pulled off this totally unexpected win. I mean, he's at Zijin stage 6, power-wise, okay? And he just spectacularly took down Jing Tian, this big shot genius from the Demon God clan who was way higher, like late stage 7? Wild, right? And get this, Mu Chen didn't just overpower him. He used some clever mind games, playing on the guy's fear to basically shut down any more fighting after. Total dominance. Second, Mu Chen really made him pay for losing. Jing Tian's whole crew, they had to give up everything they came for. That ancient demon god treasure they were after, gone. Plus, they had to cough up a massive amount of Zijin liquid drops, like 8 million total. And those drops, super valuable, essential stuff for getting stronger in this world. Finally, the big prize, they actually found where the ancient demon god rests. They pushed through this creepy area filled with death aura, nasty stuff that messes with your energy, and found this place called the Body Pool Lake. It's this huge, crystal clear lake, totally untouched amidst all the decay. And inside, the actual remains, and potentially, these incredible Great Heaven quasi-divine artifacts. Super rare, super powerful gear. So yeah, Mu Chen's smarts, his power, and these huge wins, they've set him up perfectly for a major power boost and a dive right into this ancient treasure hunt.